What's going on, everyone? So, Lakers playoffs are here. What a beautiful thing. It was so nice to watch all the play-in games and the Lakers weren't in it. Right? It's the first time the Lakers haven't been in the play-in since the inception of the play-in. So it was really nice watching all these other games, watching all these other teams, and not having to see the Lakers play extra games and extra minutes. And now we're getting all the reports of them, doing this and doing that and working on prepping for Minnesota. And we got the Minnesota game coming up. And I'm you can feel it, right? Like you can feel okay, there's something here, right? Is that ultimately an NBA championship? Is that ultimately the Lakers hoisting Larry O'Brien? I think it's possible, without a doubt, right? But they have a lot of work to do. You got 16 wins. 16 wins separate you from that trophy. And we need to bring it. We need to bring the effort. We need to make sure we're doing and playing Laker basketball. We have seen this team just look like, this team's clearly the best team in the league, right? Like nobody's beaten this team 4 times. We've also seen this team be the version of teams where it's like they're not beating anybody, right? Like they're probably getting swept in the first round. They're so bad, right? So we've seen these tale of two teams, and the Lakers are really good. I wholeheartedly believe that they can win the championship this year, right? There is not a team in the league, Boston, Cleveland, OKC, it doesn't matter. None of these teams I look at and go, Lakers have zero chance of beating. But in the same breath, Lakers aren't so good that they're just going to run through everybody and we don't have to worry about anybody, right? Like, again, I trust that the Lakers can win a championship. I also wouldn't be shocked if they don't, right? Like, this is a team that has it all in them, that has the potential, that has the talent. You have the 2 transcending stars. You have an emerging, just excellent third option, right? In Austin Reeves. You got excellent role players. We have seen that this team can be lockdown defense, absolute clamps, right? Is it a perfect team? No. You have a lot of holes. You have a lot of things that you're going to have to try to mask and cover and this, that, and the other, right? And that's fine. Every team has their flaws. Every team has their holes. Every team has their issues. And usually it comes down to which teams can maximize their strengths and which teams can hide their weaknesses, right? Mask their weaknesses. And the Lakers are a team that can do both of those things and do it well enough to win. But we've also seen this team, as much as they've played to their competition, we've also seen them play down to their competition. Luckily, you're not playing a Utah or Chicago or any of those things. In the playoffs, you're playing nothing but top teams. You're not playing nothing but the better teams. Lakers have owned the Western Conference. They've looked at times like the clear-cut best team in the league, but it's going to be effort. This team isn't good enough to take possessions off. This team isn't good enough to not do the dirty work and work within the margins and do all the things that this team has to do to be great, right? Like they have to make sure that they are focused. I trust the coaching staff, right? Talked about this before, right? You look at that 2020 roster. Roster was ridiculous. Team was incredibly talented. They're the best team in the league all year. And that coaching staff was as good, if not better, than the team itself, right? With Vogel, Lionel Hollins, Jason Kidd, you had Phil Handy. And you look at this team, you look at this roster, and it's like, this roster is very talented, right? This roster is good enough to win a championship, right? One of the 5 best teams in the league, right? It's a contender. Right. But you look at that coaching staff and you're like, man, this coaching staff might be better than the actual team. Like JJ Redick has been fantastic this year. Right. You got Nate McMillan. You got Scott Brooks, Lindsey Harding, St. Jean, right? Like this team, this coaching staff, this roster, you start putting it all together, these series can go quick. Right. I mean, look, obviously it's a game at a time. It's a series at a time. I don't want to look ahead like, I can't wait to play the Thunder in the finals or the conference finals. And man, Lakers versus Boston is about to be lit. Again, we cannot underestimate or take for granted our opponents. Should the Lakers beat Minnesota? Absolutely. Should the Lakers beat Minnesota in 5 or 6? Absolutely. All right. But Minnesota is good enough to beat the Lakers. And if the Lakers aren't executing, aren't doing what they're supposed to do, aren't handling their end, then Minnesota will beat them. Same thing with, if we get to the second round, whether it's the Warriors or it's Houston, they will beat us if we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? Lakers need to be laser focused. Role guys need to step up, hit shots. Lakers have a lot of guys that historically have been very good in the postseason. Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura. I know he wasn't last season, but the previous season and seasons with Washington, right? He's been very good. Dorian Finney-Smith. Obviously, Luka LeBron and Austin Reeves, right? Like, you have guys that have been great in the playoffs, have elevated in the playoffs, right? And you need that to continue. You need these guys. We go as far as LeBron and Luka take us, right? It's that simple. They're transcending. Austin Reeves is great. Lakers are probably in really good shape and winning a championship. But you need more than just those three. If those three guys show up every night, you might make it out of the first round, maybe even the second round, but you're losing to these other teams, right? You're losing in the third and especially the finals if it's just those three that show up. But if you get those three to show up, plus you get, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, Jordan Goodwin, Gabe Vincent, right? Rui Hachimura, and these guys that are the role guys that are part of the overall, car to get it driving, right? If all those guys play their part and handle their business and play their role, it's a very different team, right? Dorian Finney-Smith's hitting shots. It's a very different team. Rui Hachimura hitting shots. It's a very different team, right? We had a game where LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves were terrible, and we still won because Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent both gave you 20, right? Like, you're not beating this team when guys are showing up. And I'm not saying that they have to give you 20 and all that stuff, but if guys are hitting shots, you're not defending this team. Teams are going to be so focused on trying to slow down Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. So if Doe and Rui and all these other guys are hitting shots, taking advantage, attacking closeouts, right? Like, doing all this stuff, doing the dirty work, hitting shots, rebounding the basketball, locked in, engaged, playing defense. You look up, all of a sudden, you're like, man, that was a quick series. All right, move on to the next one. Oh, man, back to back, let's go. Move on to the next one. But again, this team has to do that. This team has to be focused. This team has to be ready. They're not good enough to just go, hey, we're playing tonight. Next game, let's just kind of take some time off. Right? Let's just chill a little bit. No, you got, especially this first game in particular, I think is very important. Right? Just to set the tone, set the standard, get JJ his first win. So that's kind of out of the way, kind of do some of the things that you need to, kind of get past, get the fans and the media and everybody hyped and in your corner. And all of a sudden you look up and it's like, okay, here we go. Let's go. Right? Like, those are the kind of things that we need from this team. And again, there is a version of this where we're all hanging out together, Figueroa and stuff, celebrating a parade. Hopefully two, because they still owe us one for 2020, right? Like, I need back-to-back parades, right? But there is that version of this team. But it's going to be their effort, their energy, their intensity, right? Like, if you can't get up for a playoff game, I don't know what to tell you, right? Like, we should not be having games where it's like, man, like, where's the effort? Where's the intensity? Again, bad games happen. Is it possible they drop a game here and there because, they just have bad shooting night or, just a rough go? Sure, right? That happens. I'm not talking about the random outlier game. I'm not talking about, Lakers are up 3-0 on the road, game 4. Man, they just dropped it. Desperate Wolves team. They got the win. Let's close it out in 5. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, this team showing up game 1, game 2, whatever, right? And it's just like we've seen this team when it's like, okay, it's clear They're not executing. They're not hustling. They're not doing the dirty work. They're not playing Laker basketball. They're out there. They're lethargic. Like they're lackadaisical. They do not look like a team that's ready to compete and contend and show up. And they look like a team that just, hey, they packed it in today. Clearly, can't have that, particularly in this playoffs. Playoffs start today. This is a beautiful day, a beautiful moment. I am incredibly excited because we didn't have to come out of a play-in. We didn't have to it is, let's lock in, let's get loaded, and let's go pull this out, right? Like, starts with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Handle business against Minnesota. Do it decisively. Send that statement. Put the rest of the league on notice. Oh, Lakers are here. And let's get it. I believe in this team. Let's win this championship. Here we go. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Mix in the middle? However you feel, let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot as we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.